Let them speak. Review patterns 1 to 33. Please repeat or answer. If you need help, turn on the captions or print PDF on the website. Captions only available on YouTube videos on the website. What is it that he's looking back at? He must not be that interested in it since he isn't stopping. Didn't he find it odd that it was laying there? Did he tell you that he didn't get why someone would have left it there? Is he going to continue to walk to school after passing it? Did he tell you that he couldn't figure out what it was? Is that the first time he saw it laying there? Wasn't it something that he wanted to pick up? Did he tell you that he just decided to leave it there? If it had been money, would he have picked it up? If it's still there while he's walking home, will he be interested in picking it up? What is it that his mom would say to him if she saw him bringing it home? He might as well just leave it there instead of bringing it home. Won't someone else probably pick it up by the time he comes back from school? Doesn't it look like he's about to finish cutting that piece of meat? Do you have any idea what it is that he decided to cut up? If you happen to go there, what would you think of having him cut for you? Does he end up smoking most of the time while cutting up the meat? Is what he's doing something that you could do? Don't customers wish he wouldn't smoke? Shouldn't he have left the cigarette somewhere else before starting to cut the meat? As soon as the customers see him cutting the meat, don't they tell him to put out the cigarette? Do most of the people buying meat there usually wind up not saying anything? Who else tends to smoke while working there? I don't get why they smoke anything when working there. Shouldn't they wait to smoke until all of the customers decide to leave? Where is it that he'll be weighing that meat he cut now that he's almost finished cutting it? I wonder if he will have the customer buy all of the meat that he cut there. What is he going to do if the customer that ordered the meat just wants to have half of it? How come she is bowing in front of him? Is that something that you would do? Is that where a lot of other people going there take a picture? Is the place she's at the place you go to have McDonald's? Did you find out if her boyfriend is the one who took the photo? Did you ask her what all she likes ordering whenever she goes there to eat? If you had the chance to go there to eat with her, what would you be interested in ordering? If she asked you to pay for it all, would you tell her that's fine? Aren't you the one that ends up paying all of the time when you're with her? How do the fries they make there taste? I bet that she goes there at least once a week with her friends she works with. Did you ask her if she's worried she'll wind up gaining weight if she keeps eating the food they make there? Did she tell you that that is something that she doesn't have to worry about? Did she tell you that she can't help going to eat there at least once a week? Did you ever beg your parents to have a happy meal there while you were young? If you happened to get a job to work there, what would you prefer doing? Would the drive up window be a place that you would be interested in working at? Will he be able to make that delivery before he gets hurt? Did you find out what it is that they're protesting about? Did most of the people that were originally there decide to leave before things got really bad? Do you see the guy that is about to throw something he's holding in his hand? Has he managed to throw a lot of rocks that he's found on the ground all around him? What is it that they'll do to him if they catch him? Are the guys hiding behind the board in the front thinking of running away? Have they figured out when is the best time to get up and start running? They must be really frightened. How many guys do you see hiding there? Wouldn't you feel scared to go out there to protest with them? What is it that you feel would be worth protesting against? Is there anything you would have the chance to help change to make it better? Are you able to tell how many people are protesting there in the street? Is what they're doing something that will help to change things they know are wrong? Did you figure out what it is that they're protesting against? Would you think of joining them? Do you feel as brave as them? Did you notice that there weren't a lot of women demonstrating there? Don't you wonder why it is that more people didn't decide to come out to protest? I imagine that those people must have some complaints about what the government is doing. Are you able to see the one that's talking to them all? Can you hear the crowd cheering while sitting there? Are the people protesting prepared just in case the police begin to show up? Do they all seem to be reacting to what someone's saying? Do you wish you could have been on the streets demonstrating with them? I suspect that this is the only way that they can get the attention of the politicians. Do you think that they'll all be staying there until they get what they want? Did you find out if the guys standing around him are the ones he came there with? How come no one standing around there is helping him to get up? How is it that he happened to get hit in the head? I imagine that someone threw something that hit him in the head. Did you ask him if he would let you help him? Will you be able to help him to stop the blood coming out of his head? Is there a hospital that's nearby that you're going to be bringing him? How long do you think it will take you to get there? Did you ask him whether he feels that he can walk by himself? Did he tell you that he has difficulty seeing things because of the blood coming down his face? Shouldn't you try to wipe off the blood he has on his face before leaving? Did you ask him if he was hit anywhere else that hurts now? Did he tell you that he almost blacked out as soon as the rock someone threw hit his head? Did you tell him to stay calm and not to worry about anything at this time? Does he seem to be enjoying what he's doing? He must be dyeing new custom shoes someone ordered. Does he keep the dye he uses in the bottles you see sitting on the desk in front of him? Does he need all of those lights so that he can see well while working? Doesn't it look like he tries to make regular shoes people plan on buying look really special? Are the people he thinks of selling them to a lot younger than he is? Which color would you ask him to dye your shoes you just bought? Don't you find the purple dyed shoes really special? Do you get why it is that he put those wooden things inside the shoes sitting there? How long has it been since you bought dress shoes like the ones you see him working on there? Did he tell you how much he charges to dye a pair of shoes? Does it look like he might be watching something on the computer that he has in front of him? If you had to choose one pair of the shoes sitting there to wear, which one would you wind up picking? I wonder if your dad would like the ones that he dyed purple. Have you got any idea how long they've been sitting down there and just talking? Don't you wish you knew what they were talking about? They must be in the middle of talking about their boyfriends. Do you like overhearing what other people you don't know are talking about? Are you more interested in listening to what things men or women tend to talk about the most? If you overheard women talking about sports, would you be surprised? What is it that you're most interested in talking about with people you know the best? Do you enjoy looking at those kinds of things on the social media that you use? What is it that you plan on talking about the next time you get together to meet your friends? Do you wish you could have a pair of shoes like the ones you see them wearing? Don't you wonder how much they wound up paying for them? Would you be surprised if they told you how much they paid if you asked them? They must be protesting about something they find really wrong. They must feel really upset with what has been happening where they live. It seems that they can't help but feel upset about what the government has been doing. The umbrellas must be a sign of their protest, since it doesn't seem like it's raining. How long ago did you find out that they were going to be demonstrating like that? Don't you wish you could have gotten there earlier? I imagine that people have difficulty hearing what people are saying there. They must be using loudspeakers so that the people who came can hear them better. I doubt whether the police will be able to get them to get out of the street they're blocking quickly. If you had gone there, what color umbrella would you have brought? Do you have anything you feel like protesting about these days? Is he a guy who makes a lot of people feel uncomfortable and frightened? Were you surprised when you realized that he was such a racist? When was it that you realized that he was that type of person? Is he someone you try to keep your kids from listening to? If there is one thing that you would tell the guy in the photo, what would you tell him? What movie are they referring to with the words you see they painted on that banner? Have you ever seen A Nightmare on Elm Street? Isn't it a classic horror movie that scared most of the people that first saw it? Do you ever jump and scream while watching a scary movie by yourself? What is the last horror movie that you had the chance to see? Did it keep you from going to sleep after seeing it? Wouldn't you prefer watching funny movies? Do you have any idea what and where that infamous building is? The reason that it is so famous is that many people feared ever going in there. Didn't people tend to feel frightened whenever they saw or passed by it? Will you have to ask someone you know to see if they know what and where it is? Is that the only way that you will be able to find out where it is? Where is one building that you know of that you would never want to go into? What all frightens you the most about it? Where else would you be afraid to go to alone? If you asked your breast If you asked your best friend where is the place they would be the most afraid to go to, what would they say? Is that somewhere you would be afraid to go to? If you haven't happened to figure out what the place you see in the picture is, just Google Lubyanka. Now, don't you see why people would be afraid to go there? He must not have had money, so he could have stayed in a hotel. Don't you find it strange to see someone just sleeping on that busy street like that? Did he wind up tying the tent to a street sign in order to hold up the tent? Is that something that you would do if you didn't have any money to stay somewhere nice? Don't you wonder how long he's been sleeping there? Did you notice that he took off his front tire so that he could fit the bike into the tent while sleeping? Did he do that so that no one would be tempted to steal it? Is his body all the way inside of the tent he's sleeping in? Is the neck pillow he's using helping him to lay flat like that for a long time? Would you be able to sleep in a busy place like the one you see there? Is there any place else that he would have been able to set up the tent? Didn't he feel like taking off the shoes he was wearing all day before going to sleep? How long will it take the police to come to tell him it's time to leave? Do you think that the police will let him keep sleeping there as long as no one complains? Do you have a hard time sleeping on your back when you go to sleep? Would you be able to sleep in a place like that where it is so noisy? He must be so tired that nothing bothers him. What would happen if it began raining at the time he's sleeping? All he does is carry bricks so he can make money. His shoulders must really hurt. Is how he's carrying those bricks something that you could do? How many bricks do you see him carrying? Is that how he manages to make money every day? Did he say he plans on taking a few more bricks the next time he goes to get more? Did you ask him how many hours a day he's got to do this? Is that something that you would be able to do? Isn't there anything that he can put under those ropes on his shoulders to make it feel more comfortable? Don't you wonder how much they pay him to do that every time he delivers the bricks? Did someone tell you that they pay him by the day instead of paying him for each delivery? He must be paid by the number of bricks that he ends up carrying. He must have had to do it since there was nothing else that he could do. What is it that you think that he thinks about the most while working? Did he tell you that he looks forward to going home to rest as soon as it gets dark? By the time he gets home, doesn't he feel exhausted? What all did he tell you that he feels like doing as soon as he gets home? Doesn't it seem like they're having fun together? Is his older brother trying to make him laugh at the time he's feeding the animals? I have a feeling that they enjoy playing together a lot. Isn't his older brother interested in feeding the animals they raise? Doesn't he have something else to do on their farm? What all did he decide to give the animals to eat? Can you tell if it's a goat or a baby cow? Is that animal going to be able to reach the grass he's holding in his hand while they're playing around? Did you ask him how often he's supposed to feed the animals? Did you ask him in how long he'll be done feeding the animals he has to take care of? Did he tell you that that is the job that his father gave him to do? Do the animals that he takes care of help his family to make a lot of money to live? Does it look like anyone else is out there swimming with her? Does the sea seem rough? Don't you find it dangerous to go swimming by yourself? She must have told her friends that she would be right back. Did she tell them that she's used to swimming out far by herself? Can you tell if she's swimming in the ocean or in a lake? Did you notice that she kept her earrings on? Shouldn't she have taken off the earrings she's wearing before going out to swim? Isn't she afraid she might lose one? How long has it been since you first started to learn to swim? Were you ever afraid of where you were swimming? The next time you go swimming, where is it that you would prefer to go? Is there any place you're afraid to go swimming? Do you always get someone you know to go swimming with you just in case something bad happens? Isn't it okay to go swimming alone if the water isn't that deep? Have you ever gone swimming where there may have been sharks in the water? Don't you find that little fish tend to bite your feet when you go swimming sometimes? Doesn't it surprise you and make you scream? Thank you.